What is going on, people of the podcast world? How's everyone doing? Doing well. Thank you for asking. You didn't ask, you can't. You're not in front of me. As you can see, there's major change happening in the Michael Lab show. Every time I say that, I feel so narcissistic. I mean, I named my podcast after myself, bro. That shit's wild. Yeah, guys. So we changed it up a little bit. Have to switch it up. Have to change things up. Do I like it right now? Yes, I do. I think it's a cool little setup. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it like this, but as of right now, I'm in the corner of my bedroom. I can already tell it's not 100% lined up, so that is definitely going to bother me throughout the entire podcast episode. And I'm going to possibly get up halfway through it, pissed off, and adjust it because it's staring at me. I think I want my head to be here, I think, but it is what it is. I had to switch something up, dude. I had to switch something up. Love the studio, love the setup that we have. I just think I can get more things hung up with this setup instead of having it flat up against the wall, because it used to be right here. Like my head would be right here and the camera was over there. And obviously, so the majority of my listeners would be on video. The deer head's gone too. I took down the deer head. That motherfucker was pissing me off more than I think I could ever been mad. The angriest I ever been in my life was because of that fucking deer head right there. Like, I'm not kidding you, dude. That deer head was always falling. And the truth of the matter is, I shouldn't have had it up. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But it just kept on falling. Like, it was falling on my laptop. It was falling down all over the place. And I was literally afraid that I was going to break something. So I was like, screw it, taking it down. So I just took the thing down, and it's over there staring at me with its hollowed out nose. And but I took that down. I kept my pillow here. Super ghetto. We have it nailed into the wall. Dude, I'm telling you right now, the amount of money I'm going to have to pay for damages in this room whenever I move out or anything, the amount of money I'm going to be giving my parents is going to be a lot, because this drywall, I've just been beating it up. There's an eyeball right there next to me that I really want to put up and hang up. That would look really cool. Out of the football, have my stack of books right here, man. I want to get a really nice library and put it up behind me, or do something where I can just hang all this stuff up and put it on a really nice shelf. Then I got my football up there. Got my football helmet right here, and boom, right over my left shoulder. If you guys are watching this on audio, right over my left shoulder, I have a brand new poster that my father got me for my birthday, which is not my birthday quite yet. By the way, guys, happy Friday. But it's not my birthday yet. I think if you guys are watching this, this is going to be a Friday. On Sunday, or on Monday, is my birthday. I'm turning 23 years old, and I'm going to go out and get smashed. And I'm kidding. I'm not going to be doing much of anything. I think I'm actually working 2 o'clock to close. On my birthday. I'm doing a few things at work besides just that. But that's what it is, man. Birthdays are just... so my dad got me this awesome anatomy of the brain. You can't see it all. I wish I could bring it down, but I have it set up a certain way right now, and that's the way it's just going to be. Baby steps, man. This is episode 21. Baby steps every day. Just slowly progressing into something that I really, truly believe in, dude. I truly believe in this podcast, and I truly believe in it because every day I do it, it doesn't feel like work when I get on the mic. It doesn't feel like work, and I just zone out, dude. I just zone out, and I just talk, and then you guys like it, and people enjoy it, and people come back, and people compliment me on it and saying what I'm doing is awesome. And so it's just like, if you're doing something and you love it, and it doesn't feel like work, bro, I don't think, not that I don't think, I know it can't get better than that, dude. I was looking at my life this morning as I was working out. I started this powerlifting program. I think I talked about it in the last episode, but today was day 2, and I had bench press, and it's a light, it's a moderately, it's an easy powerlifting program. It's like a Nike, it's like an athletic power program. So it's got the bench, dead, and squat. But it's got it's running off an RPE scale. And for anybody who is not too much into the fitness world, even if you are, the RPE scale is it's a niche kind of way of progression in the gym. So it's based off of the RPE scale. So it's rated, perceived, exertion. You guys know what word I'm trying to say. Potty mouth over here, can't talk. Um, but yeah, so it's off that RPE scale. So the way it works is like 1 to 10. 1 being I can do 10 more reps, or translated, it's super easy. 10 being I maxed out. I can't do another rep. I cannot do another rep. I will fail. 9 being I have one more left in the tank if I really push myself. And then, back down to 7. I have 3 more left in the tank. 5, I got 5 left in the tank. That's like more on the powerlifting side. The other side is just my workload. I'm pushing myself. Like if I get a beginner who hasn't lifted that much or hasn't really worked out, I might test them with the RPE scale, and it just be, how does this feel? Like on a scale 1 to 10. So like not really letting them know exactly what each number translates to, but just letting them let them answer for themselves. Anyway, so that's kind of been the powerlifting program. So all I've done so far is squat, which is like a 3 sets of 5 with the RPE 7. And dude, I haven't really been working out too hard lately, and I put on like so much weight. When I left this previous weekend, I came back at 209 pounds, dude. 209 pounds. The lowest I got was 187. Not having that. 2 days later, I got back down to like 200. So I'll be back down like 190 hopefully in like 2 weeks. But so it also, I was pushing heavy weight too as I was eating that weekend, because I was eating more and I had more energy and I felt good. So I came back, and then I just started pushing heavy weight, and I'm eating well, and I've been like making rice and meat, and life's been easy. I've been happier. I've been happier as a person, and my head's been clearer, and I feel like things are just slowly falling into place for me, which is a beautiful thing. And it's like, I don't want to say it's like about time, but I'm a big believer in, when you work really hard, good shit happens to you. And, that's just what it is. And, if you continue to work hard, as long as you don't ever become complacent, just keep working, just keep working, keep siphoning out people who are just negative, and just bringing in just bullshit into your life. None of us need bullshit. Life is going to be hard enough, and I'm young as fuck, but like, I know life's going to be hard. And look at me. That's fine. That's fine, dude. I get it. I understand. I know what I signed up for when I started this podcast. I know what I signed up for when I stopped going to school. I know what I signed up for when I got back into school. Like I'm aware of what I signed up for pretty much every time I sign up for it. But just keep moving. Just keep the wheels going. Don't stop. If you're gonna stop, just get one night at a hotel and get back on the road. Just keep moving. Keep bettering yourself, and shit will fall apart. Shit will fall into a routine for you. You will become comfortable, but then you gotta pivot, and you gotta understand that you have to become uncomfortable, and that's when shit really starts stacking up. And that's kind of how I'm looking at like this powerlifting program right now. So it's easy. Like I'm starting out. I mean, it's like a 4-week program, and I might repeat it again, or I might just make up my own powerlifting program, because something I used to do when I was younger, dude. Actually, not that young, like between like 19 to 21, dude. I was making programs for everybody all the time for anything. And, you can say, well, you don't have experience, or what are you doing? You're, that's like malpractice. But like, dude, listen. I was making these programs just for the fuck of it. You didn't have to follow it. I was just giving them away to people. I was making powerlifting programs, a 5-3-1. I was doing, just heavy sets, light sets, failing. I was just going bonkers with it. And then I was making bodybuilding workouts. I was making CrossFit workouts. I was making like certain cardio things, and it was just so fun for me. And there's something about just making a routine, or at least having something. You don't even have to make it. You could just find it like online and printing it out and just doing it. It feels like a little accomplishment every single time. And that's how I felt today when I got out of the gym. I felt like I accomplished something, and it was just so beautiful, man, because I took a step back and I was like, dude, you did that. And like, you're going to come back into the gym again, and you're going to do it again, and you're just going to keep crushing it. I've been eating better lately. Yeah. I don't know. Just like a lot of things are falling into place, and And this podcast is definitely like the backbone of it all. And it's been a beautiful thing. And I love everything about it. And it's really allowed me to. Um, there's many different ways that it has helped me, and I think it's helped other people. There's many outlets, and I'll get into all of them. Just getting my Jack Daniels and Diet Coke, otherwise known as iced coffee. We're gonna try to balance it up here. I was about to start the show and fucking dropped my plant on the ground and all the soil came out. I was like this. I was like, yes, yes. I was so happy about it, dude. I just stared at it. I was like, let's spill more. I want more to fall out. I was so happy about it. No, I was pissed. I vacuumed it, but it was so satisfied vacuuming it because as you were vacuuming it, it was just coming right up. It was just coming right up. I had like that little push vacuum with like the little battery pack that you put in that you get to recharge because my dad has like 20 of them and he has like all the tools that use those batteries. And it was just coming up so easily and it was so nice. I remember when I was younger, I used to eat the tissues of tissues, like the ones with like the medication on it. I used to literally, like when I would get a cold, I would use them more, and I would like grab an extra one and just start munching on the other one. There was something about the taste that just like excited me for some fucking weird reason. I was probably dropped on my head many times. You remember going to like a park and you see like dads like throwing their kids up and down or like in the mall. Like that looks so much fun. I would love to do that, but Jesus Christ, that right there shows how dumb men are. Like, what are you doing? It's not a football. Put the baby down. I get it. I mean, I'm going to do it, and I'll probably drop the dude a few times, drop her a few times, but I don't know, man. There's a few topics I do want to get into this podcast besides just being all over the place. One of them is religion, and then another one is the way the podcast has affected me. So the first and most noticeable thing is this made me calmer, dude. It really has. This made me calmer because I can just rip for about an hour 15 minutes whenever I want to because I have it right upstairs in my bedroom. I can just rip and talk and then it like... Because I feel like I have a lot to say, or at least I have a lot of things in my mind most of the time, if not all the time. And if it doesn't come out, it comes out. It does come out, but it comes out to people that are close to me. And dude, you don't want to hear what I'm saying all the time. Not because it's offensive, but because it's exhausting to listen to somebody talk all day for 8 hours about the same subject. Like Taylor's always making fun of me because it's true. Like I speak about like the same thing all the time, 24/7, and I do not get bored of it because it's like new to me every time. Not that I forget it, but like every time I think of something, it's like a new perspective I have on it. You know, and like through this act of reading that I've been doing so much lately, like all these books right here to the right of me, I've read, which is just mind blowing for me to sit there and be like, holy shit, you actually read all those books. And but it's like yeah, smarter, cool, awesome, more conversation, but you could also just spend more time talking, bro. like just talking and talking and talking. So it's really allowed me to connect better with people because I'm not talking as much. I'm doing a lot more listening. I've been able to actually like solidify a lot of my thoughts. I've been able to like solidify a lot of my thoughts because I talk about them on the podcast and I can think them through and I can like start a paragraph and like finish the chapter, you know, instead of like normally I just write like a sentence and I get halfway during the chapter and I just fucking, nope, not true. But I have to finish my thoughts here, you know, sometimes I don't, sometimes I miss things, I don't say things, and sometimes like, you know, 20-30 minutes will go by and I made no progress, but like that's what I think makes podcasts so interesting. And I think I don't know. I'm not too sure on it. It's just a theory, but I feel like that's what people like. People like watching people try to figure out what the fuck they're saying, and how like to like develop, your own true thoughts, which is like something that is so freeing. It's so ironic that nowadays podcasts are just so popular. And it's like in a world that we're told we live in, like this repressive, just sick, disgusting, everybody hates each other world, you wouldn't think podcasts were doing better, right? You'd think they were doing worse because there's freedom. There's this, you would think that it's there just wouldn't be room for podcasts, that everybody would be getting trashed. But it's like the opposite's happening. The more socialist and the more intense the environment gets, not like the climate, but like the climate as being just an individual, like me being a white man, there's like a lot of different words that get thrown around about that person, but that specific type of person. It's like, so podcasts allow people to just listen and laugh and joke around and talk, and that's like another reason why I've fallen in love with comedy, and I've just been trying to laugh more. I've just been trying to laugh more. And I also like the podcast because I can just get people on that I want on. I haven't had a lot of people on. I've had 21 episodes and I've had 2 guests, but like my mom and my brother, essentially, some pretty important fucking people to me. Like, no bullshit, man. No random people on. And one day I will. I'm not gonna. And one day I might. It's not being a sellout, but one day I might get some people on the podcast that I don't know that well. But maybe by the end of it, I will know really well. And then like there's some people that I want desperately on, but just like time slots just don't add up, which I think like values it once it does happen. And it's such a unique platform because you can just talk, dude. And as long as you like can upload it, so as long as like you have internet, dude, anyone can do it. Anybody can do it. And it's like just about the consistency. Like, dude, I got a baby podcast, but I do know that it's gonna keep growing. And I know that because I love it. And I get on a mic and I just talk, which I think I take that for granted because that's not something that a lot of people do. Like, that's a compliment I get pretty often. Is like, dude, you're really good in front of a camera. And to me, it's just like, well, it's because the camera's not I mean, it's filming me, but it's just me. Like, I'm just talking to myself. I don't worry about like what so many people are going to think or say. I mean, this is quite a possibility that like anybody can watch my podcast and like show it to somebody and someone get offended and upset. But until somebody like says that they're offended and upset, I will never hear about it, And it's like, it's just a beautiful thing that we live in a world where authenticity is actually so popular. It's so popular, dude. We've never lived in a world like this. We've never lived in a world where if you have an opinion, you can shoot it out immediately. Whether it be through like a short form platform, like if you just do like a YouTube video clip, or if you do like a long term video, like a long set platform, or if you do like just by words, just by visual. Like, there's so many freaking possibilities, and that's just, to me, like, that is just so beautiful because it allows people to have freedom of thinking and like be able to say things without worrying about offending everybody and everything. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, that's what they tell you to do. That's what people want you to do. People want you to feel bad for saying anything. Say everything, but know when to back it up and like know when to just shut up and apologize. Like, people don't get in trouble usually for saying something. Usually people get in trouble for saying too much of something. Like if you make a racist joke, or if you say something that's like kind of sexist, you can get a pass, maybe 2 passes, and people will forgive you. But if you just keep saying it, like, dude, you're a fucking cunt. Like, what are you doing? Don't say that, you asshole. And it's like the same thing with podcasts. Like, if you just get on a podcast, if you just keep on saying the same bullshit every day, you're just trashing on everybody, like, yeah, dude, you're not gonna do well. But like, good, you shouldn't do well. You're not a good person. I was listening to this podcast and this dude just came on just trashing this other person. It was just so absurd to me that is what people still do to get attention. And you know what? It will always be that way, dude. It will always be that way. The bad people will always get a lot of attention. I don't want to bring it up again, but I'm just going to bring it up real quick. Like, all these shooters, they get so much attention. If you are a dark psychopath who hates themselves and hates the world, the quickest way to become famous, this sounds awful, this sounds horrible, and maybe I'm going to regret saying this, but the quickest way to become famous, if you are a psychopath and a crazy person and you hate yourself and you hate everybody around you, is to use gun violence, is to kill multiple people. And it sounds horrible, but that's where the attention is. People love that attention. People love to hear like the negative and just the bad things, especially if it fits like an agenda. Especially if it fits an agenda, and especially if it backs up anything that you've once said before in your life. And that's what I think podcast is so cool, because you can sit down and you can really dissect what the fuck people are saying. Like, what the fuck am I saying? You can dissect that. You can spend hours on it. You know, you can spend hours like, where did that feeling? It's almost like a therapy session for people. I think if everyone was forced to do like 2 hours of podcast each week, everyone would have so much more of a lined up thought process and so much more of a educated, they would have a more disciplined and educated mindset on their own opinions, because they will be built, you know, they just won't be coming to the head and then falling out of their face. Like, they'll be coming to the head, they'll say it, they might not say it again, but they'll think about it, they'll keep on thinking about it, and then there might be a full theory. It might actually be like a real idea instead of like a half thought, instead of like a half baked cookie. Like, I don't know. That's what's really cool about this, and everyone's doing it. You know, it's led by Joe Rogan, but so many people are following him behind. Like, I have friends of mine who just like do like funny little podcasts, but the podcast is the easy part, right? The podcast is not the hard part. And for some people, the hard part is figuring out something to talk about. I think that's the easiest part, because you should. I put a list here. Like, I got a list right here on my laptop that I look at every once in a while. I just get myself back on track, and it's like, I don't come in here with like an idea. Like, I have a few topics I wanted to cover, but I just let my voice take me to where my head's going. You know, I let my mouth just be the outlet for my brain. That's what I do, and I think that's what makes podcasts unique, and that's what's so cool, because if you just do that, everybody can have their own category. You don't have to be an ESPN, you don't have to be an HGTV, you don't have to be a Nat Geo, you don't have to be a Fox, you don't have to be a CNN. You can just be your own platform, because if you're truly just saying things that come to your brain, that come to your face, come to your heart, and you speak it, like, that's what people love. People love that authenticity. I'm going to take this from Gary Vaynerchuk, but when I first got into like social media, I idolized him. Until recently, I haven't. But the one thing I have taken from Gary Vaynerchuk, there's two things. One thing, eBay fucking works. Dude, if you guys aren't using eBay, just start selling and flipping shit on eBay right now. I actually got to write this down real quick, because I just saw something in my room. eBay candles. Because we have so many candles in our house, and I don't know why. I just thought, I was like, dude, what if I just sell, like get on eBay, bro. If you need money, just sell shit on eBay. It's so easy now. You can literally just scan the barcode and just auto list it, and it already has a picture. You can put your own picture of your own product, so you can like compare them for the customer. But it's so damn easy. Like, there's no excuse not to get into the field that you want to get into. I've made, just in the past 6 days, I made like $150. Like, is that a lot? No. It's like not a lot at all, but it takes no effort. They pay for the shipping. It's genius. That's the one thing I got. But the other thing I really got from Gary Vaynerchuk, and I don't follow him as much anymore, he said something one time that really stuck to me, and I didn't understand until I really understood. It was, what did he say? He said, the moment you realize you're not listening to me as much is the moment I'm the happiest, because that's the moment where you're succeeding the most. Something along the lines like that. And I was like, I couldn't believe it at the time, because so much of my energy was coming from him. You know, I was really listening to what he said, because what he said was making a lot of sense. But the moment I stopped watching him is I took a step. I remember this. I was at work and I took a step back, and I was at the gym, and I looked around. I was like, dude, I haven't really been watching him. I don't think I even follow him on Instagram anymore. And it's like I had to unfollow him. I don't know why. I don't know why, because if he pops up in my feed, I always watch him, like Discovery feed or whatever. But But it's true though. Like the moment you find your thing, it's really hard to be distracted by other things. You need that initial spark. You need like that initial push just to get started down the hill. But once you build up enough momentum, you can find things and you can truly fill those in with like your own passions and stuff that you fucking love. And then he said something about authenticity. He's like, why is it that the Kim Kardashians are so popular? You know, why is it? You know, there's a few different strategies. It's like, well, they're so popular because, first of all, they're gorgeous women, right? They're beautiful. Plastic surgery, without plastic, they're beautiful women. So beauty always wins. You know, if you're a beautiful person, you do have a step up on a lot of people. And, like, that's people don't want to hear that. People don't want to believe in that. But if you're biologically being symmetric is attracted to the opposite sex. That's just the truth. Because being symmetric means you are the most able person to produce a child. Like that's just the truth, and that's how our brain we're attracted to that. It's like you have shit together. That's why like most models, they're not like the most luscious looking women, like the most robust looking women, but they are very symmetrical. Their hair is very symmetrical. Their face is very symmetrical. Their nose is very symmetrical. Their mouth is very symmetrical. Their body is very symmetrical. Their breasts are very symmetrical. Everything about them, their abs are very symmetrical. Their legs are very symmetrical. Like that's like something that's wired in our DNA. But like, so the Kardashians have that. Nowadays, they're kind of getting a little weird because our brain's like, wait, that's not what a human looks like. Like you have a diaper on, like take the diaper off. But also the main reason why is because people could just relate to them. They're literally their reality TV show became famous just off of recording inside someone's house. That's what it was. It's like we didn't learn a lesson from that. But I think people are finally learning lessons to that. Like the most attractive thing about that show was that anybody could feel like them because them was just doing what everyone else is doing. And that is what I think, that's what I know attracted so many people to them. Because they weren't doing anything super special. You know, they all became billionaires, but they all really started off just having an authentic feeling to them. You know? People just loved watching it because it felt like a sister. It felt like a mom. It felt like a daughter. You know, it felt like a friend. And you could like zone out. I remember being in middle school when Jersey Shore came out. Fucking Jersey Shore, dude. I love that show. I was so embarrassed to tell people that I didn't even tell people. People ask me, "You watch Jersey Shore?" I'd be like, "What's that, man? What are you talking about?" I didn't even know what Jersey Shore was. Like that's the way I came off to people. But meanwhile, dude, I was watching every episode. This is like when DVR was out. I was watching literally every single episode because it was just so real, I think. But it is MTV. A lot of it was set up. But like the emotions, like people screaming, cussing, and fighting. I was also young, so there's a lot of women in the show, but there's also like a lot of very like muscular men. And I was like, I want to be a muscular man. And you know, gym tan laundry. It's just catchy. Like there's a lot of things, but all of the things were produced because everybody was just real as fuck. Everybody was just real, authentic. There's no bullshit. It was just what you saw is what you got. What you got is what you saw. And then there's talking points. And then you see people at work and at school, and everyone was like talking about it. So it grew by like the word of mouth. And I think that's what is so beautiful about podcasts. I think that's what's so good about a lot of social medias, at least the ones who don't fake it. They're real shit, man. Some of these social medias are real as shit. And those ones may not get the most traffic. They may not get the most numbers, the highest analytics. But when they do, the return on their investment is so high. Another thing about podcasts is I don't get nearly as many views as I used to when I was vlogging, when I was recording using catchy hashtags and, you know, catchy thumbnails with bright colors and bullshit titles where like the title would say, I crashed my car, and it would be a 30-minute video, and all I did was like bump it into a wall. You know, it's just it felt dirty, but like this doesn't feel dirty because whatever I'm saying is what you guys are hearing, and whatever you're hearing, I said. Um, so there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to hide about it. And that's like something that I really do think is is beautiful. Um, I always hear people talking about working hard and like people. That's like a very trendy thing to talk about nowadays, and people always want to say how what you gotta do is just work your face off and work really hard, and good things will happen to you. First of all, that's not true. A lot of people work their asses off every day and they don't make any progress ever once in their life. That's just the truth. It's like the unpopular truth, but it happens. Also, it's all relative too. But there's these people that I work with, and and one of them is she's really young and she works and she comes in with her mom and dude, I'm telling you, man, it's an Hispanic lady, and I've never seen somebody her age work so hard and just love what they're doing. I have friends, I know family members that have kids, and these kids just don't work hard. Like they don't see the value of like of really putting in work. And that's something that you just can't teach, bro. And I watch these it's a mother daughter and they just work their faces off, dude. She does. Like she's so young. She's like 10 years, not even. Like she's young, bro. And she's in there working with the mom and just loves it, dude. Dude, I know so many people that if they gotta work at all, they get so like, oh, I don't want to do this, bro. That's like the wrong attitude. Like you can't, you're not gonna do anything ever with that type of mindset, right? You're not gonna be able to accomplish anything. You're gonna just be miserable and angry all day, your whole life. You know, it's like the mindset you gotta have is just you gotta find passion in it. You also gotta really look at other people and see what is working out for them, what's not working out for them. And if it's not working out for them, don't do what they're doing. But if it is working out for them, do what they're doing, bro. It's not copying. It's bullshit. You're not copying, bro. You're just taking what they're doing and you're doing it. You know, and it's like you're not going to be able to copy them because they did it first, so you're never going to be as good as them. But I just watched this girl work, and it's like she comes in at like 11 o'clock. She's young as hell, and she just loves the job. She's like vacuuming, you know, washing shit down, and I'm just like, dude, that's what I respect the shit out of that, bro. More than anything, that I respect that to the max. I find that I find that shit to be so powerful, dude. 'Cause you can't teach that. You can teach someone to go to school and become educated. You can teach people a lot of things. You can preach to people until they finally just either listen or they just listen because you won't shut the fuck up. There's many different options, but she just doesn't stop, and it's like that having that ground to stand on is so strong because you can just build on that. Like you can build on that platform, bro. But if you're very smart, it's going to be hard to build on. You can build on that platform, but it's not going to be as tall. The building's never going to be as tall because you never wanted to, and you never went out of your way to learn how to work hard. That's just the truth, man. That's just, damn, I want to break my phone dropping this shit, bro. I think I was one of the last generations to have a flip phone. I think. I think I was like one of the last generations to have a flip phone. Because I remember, I think I was in middle school. So first of all, I was in middle school when I heard about Facebook. But I think I was in middle school when I first heard about, or when I first got my phone. So I got the phone that on the front, so it was a flip phone. And on the front, it could tell you the time. So there's like a little screen on the front. And then, you know what's crazy to think about all this that's going on with like these flip phones at the time? Steve Jobs was at his house, at Apple, at his factory, just slaving over this future robot that all of us are going to have. Think about that. Think about that mind state. How advanced this person was. How just farther ahead he was than all of us. It's mind-boggling to me to even think about, because the common people didn't see iPhone coming up. Like, it was kind of a joke, right? It was kind of a joke if you had an iPhone or you thought you were better than other people. But then everybody had one. Everyone got one. And at the same time everyone was getting one, everyone started to just not care about, like, privacy anymore. You know, it's like, yeah, we do care about it. We don't want people to have our privacy, but we'll give away our information to Facebook. And then we will bitch about it when we hear that Apple and Google have been using Siri and Alexa to listen to us. But we don't really care. You don't hear another thing about it for a while. It's just so crazy. As all of us were using, like, razors, which I used for a while, the Switch, which was like a phone that you could, like, flip to the side and flip up and down, which was so dumb to think about it. The G2 Slide, which would slide up and have, like, a keypad. All these different variations of phones, and you just have this one dude just sitting back, calculated, like, you dumb fucks. Watch what I'm going to come out with in a year. Or watch what I've already come out with and half the world's using it and you dummies aren't using it yet. Like, that guy was just so far ahead of everybody. And that freedom, he probably felt just so... I mean, word on the street, he's very sociopathic, which I could totally get. I could totally see that. But he probably just felt so free, and he was just in his zone, and all these bullshit phones were coming out, and the BlackBerry was, like, the only competitor for, like, a second, and then it just kind of like went away. But I remember getting that phone, dude, and I felt like I had the power, dude, of everything. I had the flip phone. I'm gonna break my... God damn it. Whatever. We're just gonna put that up top there so you guys can see it. But I remember when I got my phone, and then I got it because, like, safety reasons. I think, like, there was, like, a white van that was, like, in our area, like, doing some serious shit to, like, kids and, like, raping them and shit. That was, goddamn, like, something like that I shouldn't have said, but that is what was happening. You know, well, when I moved here, every time, like, something bad would happen, everyone talking about it. But, like, where I came from, when I first moved here, the place I was living at before, there was, like, bad things happening all the time. So I never really thought anything of it. So my first reaction when I came was like, what the fuck is wrong with all these people freaking out about, like, just, like, people breaking into shit? Like, that's what people do, right? People break into you're either somebody who doesn't break into something, or you're somebody who does break into something. And if you think that everyone doesn't break into anything, you're an idiot. People do that all the time. People need to survive. Like, so that was, like, the longest time I lived here. I was like, what is everyone bitching about? Of course someone's got... Lock your car. Or, like, do you just not expect anything to ever happen? Like, there's crime everywhere. But I remember when I got my first phone, and I think we still have it. Like, we like, keep the part. I don't know. My parents, like, keep it. It's fucking weird. But I remember when I first got the phone, dude, I felt like I was on top of the world. Because I also had a Sony CD player. Like, I'm not that old. But, like, I had a CD player. A CD player right now in 2019 sounds so ridiculous. That would be like us finding the deep sea. That, like, to me, that's as old as, like, the Ten Commandments when they were first shot down from the sky into Moses' face. Well, he's probably tripping off acid. There's a lot of, like, references to, like, you know, the burning bush story, where I think Jesus is in the desert and he's, like, hasn't eaten for, like, 30 days or drank water for, like, 30 days. Dead, by the way. Dead. Not alive. You're dead. You're dead if you're doing that. But, like, there's a lot of, like, theories like, around that where it was like, oh, he was just tripping balls, dude. Like, Jesus was high as fuck because, like, apparently, I don't know. I don't use drugs that much besides, like, ibuprofen for my face and occasional alcohol. Apparently, like, that's, like, a side effect. Like, you see, like, mirages, like, burning shit when you do, like, a lot of drugs. Oh, and also, like, this area at the time in this world, the climate that we lived in was, like, there was a lot of, like, opioids and shit. There was, like, a lot of plants that could get you fucking high as hell. Like, apparently the bush was a Let me look it up real quick. Truth of the burning bush. So apparently, so the bush started talking to him, which is fine. Like I totally get it. So this is when I really backed away from religion. When they started trying to tell me things that I knew just weren't possible. That's always been an issue I've had. Like I've always had an issue with things that I do know are just not possible, and I know are impossible because just being a human, I do know bushes don't talk. I do know water just doesn't change into wine, snap of a finger, and I do know a lot of things just are impossible. So that was always my issue I had with religion. Like I was always like the person who was at any reason to stop believing or to like walk away from it. I was that person because it just always seemed weird to me. Like I felt like I was tricked. Like I felt like someone pulled like a hoodie over my eyes and I couldn't see. Like that's how I felt about a lot of the religion stuff because it just didn't seem real. And like this was just one of the stories where he was talking about like the bush burning in front of him, which was fine. I get it, but it wasn't burning. Like it might have been on fire, or you were just high as hell, or you were dying. Um, and then like I don't know, like when they started making me go to like Sunday school and when I had to start going to church at like ridiculous times and like I remember being in private school, like I would get in trouble if I didn't have like my shoes tied or shit like that. I was like, this is stupid. Like, why does Jesus care about this? Like he shouldn't care about this. Why do you care about this? Does Jesus actually care about this, or are you just trying to guide me in a path by using Jesus' name? That's like trademark infringement, bro. You can't be doing that shit. You got to give him credit where credit is due, man. Um, but yeah, man, what the fuck was I talking about? Jesus Christ, this is an issue I have with my brain all the time. I forget what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, but the iPhone, bro, like iPhone, I think they're like showing off like the new one September 10th, I want to say, or the new iPhone. Let me look it up real quick. New iPhone. Apple's lower cost iPhone SE will reportedly be resurrected in 2020. I don't know what that means. I guess that means they're coming out with the old iPhone. Apple may launch a new low cost iPhone next year. Who doesn't have an iPhone? Why are they launching a new low cost iPhone? I'm trying to think about this. Well, you remember when Apple. So I remember I had an iPhone and I was like, why is my iPhone just getting slower every time there's like a new update? Because I had the old iPhone. And the new iPhone wasn't getting all the updates. And if it was getting updates, it was getting the same ones, but the updates were compatible with it. I was like, I don't want to get any more updates. I feel like my phone's getting slower. And I was telling people that I was like, hey man, don't update your phone. I think it's slower. And then Apple came out and said, yeah, we were making the old iPhone slower when you had an update. Basically, they wanted you to just keep buying the new product every year. Which I get it. Like, I understand from a business perspective. But everyone used it. So it's like they could do that because no one's going to stop using an iPhone. What are you going to use, a fucking Android? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Stupid fucks. You're not going to do that. But no, you don't really have to pay a new phone price. Also, like, they've been in trouble for, like, the Siri thing. They've been in trouble. They had, like, that Foxconn factory. I think they still have it where, like, the employees that they're working, the conditions were so bad, they were just committing suicide. They were just literally walking off the side of the goddamn factory. And the way Apple adjusted it and fixed it is they put up nets around it so people would just catch themselves as they were trying to commit suicide, which is, like, I think if you're trying to commit suicide, that's not going to stop you. That's a dark thought, but I think that's true too. And I don't think Apple is the only place using it. So I think that's another thing you gotta be careful with. Like you can't just blame them if they're like they weren't the only ones using that factory. Like there's a lot of people using that factory. But I'm thinking like the reason why Apple is gonna be relaunching a old iPhone. Well, first of all, like nostalgia is like in. So like I honestly think like this really nice, super like thin, slick looking iPhone is slowly gonna be going out of style because people like minimal stuff. But also I think like I see people rocking Crocs. I see people like I was just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is like I liked it. It was a movie that I didn't like at first, and the more time that went past after it was over, I was like, oh, I liked it because it was so creative, and it was Quentin Tarantino, and Quentin Tarantino always gets these fucking top of the line actors and actresses, which is just so crazy to me. But that's because people really respect what he does, and what he does is he just releases really, really good movies. And he did it again. You know, he released another fucking crazy ass movie, and it was really good. But I think like the reason why they're gonna do this old iPhone is because people are gonna want to. Okay, so from a consumer standpoint, I would assume. One second. I would assume it would, from a consumer standpoint, it will allow people to get that feeling of like a thick iPhone, and then just it's gonna be older, like crop tops, and like, oh yeah, the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like all like the hippies were wearing shit that like modern people are wearing today. So everything comes back eventually, and I think this is just another example of it with the new iPhone. Or with the old iPhone coming back or relaunching. Also, if you can set a lower price and it's an acceptable price, not because the quality's low, but the quality's high, but everyone's accepting it as a lower price, what it does is it's going to increase the price because then you can have like a higher, nice iPhone, like a really, really nice iPhone that is just as nice as the previous iPhone. But since you have one that's lower and cheaper, you can look at this one and be like, dude, this one is really nice. And then what you can do from a business standpoint, like I'm saying, this is just all off the cuff, you can slowly get rid of the second class, so like the cheaper one. And then what you did is you've pushed up the price of the old one, but then people are going to keep buying your product because it's an iPhone. Everyone needs it. People literally have credit cards now. I'm using a laptop. iPhone has some things that are only compatible with iPhones. So iPhones and Apple's never going to go away. So you can increase your price that way by having a low one, slowly getting rid of the lower price. So then the new standard iPhone is going to be an expensive one, which is like genius from a business standpoint. Also, they admitted that Siri was spying on everybody, so they kind of got to give back to the community a little bit on that one. But yeah, I think I covered everything I've wanted to talk about, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode right here. This is episode 21. You guys are beautiful people. I thank everybody every day for showing me love. Do I deserve it? I don't think so. Do you guys watch? Yes. Do I love doing it? Absolutely. This is episode 21, guys. I will catch you guys in episode 22, the Magic 2's. Guest will be coming on semi-soon. Hope you guys like the new setup, the new way it looks. I'm going to go back and check it on video. Should have done like a little test run, like a 5-minute run to see if it looked like bullshit, if it didn't look like bullshit. But I did not do that because we just go off the cuff. Guys, episode 21 is over. I will catch you guys in episode 22. Episode 21 is over. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment, share with the family and friends. If you guys are watching this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SoundCloud, please show us some mad love there with a share, comment, with a rating, and letting people know about it, guys. Episode 21 is over. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Thank you.